Alright, shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
First and foremost, we would like to begin by giving all praises, all honor and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash, and double honors to the apostles and kneelers of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the brothers, only folk on the youth that teaching us good gospel and all sincerity and all truth. And shalom to if you are quite listening, silence and obedience as one. Shalom.
Shalom.
This brother here, and me and the brother,
Yaquab.
back with another video here. And this video is gonna be on let me see. Wait my for a second, I'm gonna check. I did the one on that, so we could do this. Right, we could do this video on take thy crown. Right, so the video will be let no man take thy crown, right? Because we're not supposed to let no man take your crown, let no man come. Come in this, let's take your crown. Right? So we're not supposed to let any man take the crown. We're supposed to be holding on till the end. I wanna go till the end and let no man take thy crown. So that will be the video. Right, so we can start off here. First piece of Revelation 3 and verse 10 to 11.
Revelation chapter 3 and verse 11. No, verse 10 says
Verse 10.
because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them
that dwell upon the earth, right? So that is, you can try everybody, because what the Lord said, the Lord tried we first, and then we had to come out like gold. They tried in the fire, so the Lord had tried us first to see if we would take that crown, So yeah, verse 11.
And verse 11, behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown.
Right, so you had to hold that fast so that no man could take your crown. Let me read this in GNT. Revelation. Revelation 3. Let me for a second here. Revelation 3 and verse 11, it says, I am coming soon. Keep safe what you have so that no one will rob you of your victory prize, right? So I'm coming soon, so don't let no man take thy crown. You're not supposed to let no man take your crown. That's it right here. I'll read this one here. Look at Matthew 25. One piece of right up. Let's see, Matthew 25 and verse 7.
Matthew 25 and verse 7.
It says, then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. So, they must keep the fire burning. They're trimming their lamps daily. They're keeping the fire burning. Keep going, keep in the Lord. And they just keep fighting. Keeping the fire burning, keeping the thing going. The truth going, Yeah. And let's say verse 8, and the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. So them coming to us and saying, hey, so you basically trying to tell a man, save me and save you too. You basically telling me, alright, I had to save me, myself, and I had to save you. Nah, I hide. I realize, right? So yeah. You gotta keep the fire burning. That is it. Keep the fire burning so that no man can take your crown. You make it until the end. As a faithful servant of the Lord Yahushai. Right? Because I want to read this in GNT too, because the GNT brings it out very upper. Matthew 25 and verse 7. GNT and verse 8. Then the 10 young women woke and trimmed their lamps. Then the foolish one said, to the wise ones, let us have some of your oil because our lamps are going out. No need, no indeed. The wise ones answered, there is not enough for you and us. Go to the store and buy some for yourself. So it's not enough. I can't save me and you. You had to save yourself. You had to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. And let no man take your crown. You know, you could bring Revelation 21 verse 12.
Revelation chapter 22 and starting at verse 12 says, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be.
So the Lord coming to reward every man as his work shall be. You know, so you don't want to make sure your works is good works. You keep the fire burning until the end. So He'll reward you with a crown. Right? But you can't be like them men and them who out there, them IYC men and them who out there and them not preaching. Them teaching all these different blasphemies, you know, and you could have sex on the Lord's Shabbat and all kind of thing. Yeah, that is real blasphemies, you know. So them lame men take the crown. You know, them getting the crown taken away from them. The Lord don't have a crown for them. Right? But you have to make sure and secure your crown. Right? Because in the end, when it's reach the time where you're on that guillotine and thing, you know, you gonna either two things will happen. Either you gonna get your head chopped off and you gonna meet the Lord, or it's either that thing gonna break when it touch your head because you get spiritual powers. And you have to just have to just move with faith. Wherever it is coming. I take it, you know.
Like a man, take it.
Yeah, you have to take it that like a man. Right? As a good, faithful servant of Yahweh Shemir Shai. So once you take that, once you go another guillotine and take that, you know, you could finally say, no, there's a crown laid up for me. You know, you can get a crown. I make it until the end and I take my deck like a man.
Okay.
You know? So you could bring 1 Timothy 6 and 12.
1 Timothy 6 and verse 12. It says, fight the good fight of faith, lay hold on eternal life, whereunto thou art also called, and hast professed a good profession before many witnesses.
So it's a fight a good fight of faith, lay hold on eternal life unto that is called, you know. So fight the good fight. You know, you had to fight. Fight that what Aaron Yeager saying, you know, in Attack on Titans. Takate or something like that along that rhymes, you know. That's from an anime, right? Fight. And now we did quote and say, you say fight for freedom until we say risk it all for freedom. We risk it all even for a glimmer of freedom. So, you know? And in the movie he was fighting for freedom. That's what he wanted. His role was about freedom, fighting for that even until death. You know, and we had to fight. You know, for we freedom until the death. Until death. Yeah, we had to do that same thing.
For Mr. Kingdom.
We had the kingdom. Yeah. You know. So fight the good fight, you know, of faith and lay hold on eternal life. He had to lay hold on eternal life because that's what he wanted in the anime. He wanted freedom. That's all he wanted, freedom. You know, and what we want? We want freedom, we want a kingdom and a place where dwell it. What? Righteousness. That's so. It's back. That's so. Dwell. My spelling is very bad. This one. I'm gonna spell it. Dwell. Oh, can't do that. Alright, this one. That's not. Wait, his boy. What type?
We're looking for Dwight, you know?
That's not over. Okay, anything. I think it's go like where before we look at for a place where the weather for righteousness. Around that light. Must see it. Okay. Bear with me for a second here. Just now. A new kingdom world. Yes, no. Bear with me for a second here.
Numbers.
No, not that. It's in around Romans. No, not Romans. I think it's like around that lines. First Corinthians, Romans, somewhere there. One of them books. That's a very upper precept. Right, so we seek. I think is Salak. We still looking for it, by the way. I think is before we look for, we'll seek a place where dwelleth righteousness. Along that lines, then you'll find it. Okay, come on. Oh, just now, Salakia. Aha, Salak. I've been quoting the precept wrong, Salakia. But this is the precept here, Hebrews 13 and verse 14, Salakia. Because it took me a little while, Salakia. We saw a lot of time there, Salakia. But I got it now. You get it?
Hebrews 13:14.
Yeah, it says, for we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. Right? So we have no continuing city in this world. But we seek one to come. And that one to seek to come is where dwelleth righteousness. You know? So yeah, you have to fight for freedom. Even until death. That is it. You have to fight. Right? You could bring Revelation 2 and 10.
Revelation
Mm-hmm.
chapter 2 and
Mm-hmm.
verse 10 said, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prisons, that he may be tried.
Tried. That he may be tried.
And he shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful
Until death. Until
and
death.
I
Right?
will give thee a crown of
Right,
life.
so that is it. You have to be faithful until death. Don't fear not, because the Esau is gonna cross me in prison for 10 days and all these things. You know, to try. That is also the trying of us to see if we go take the chip. Also see if we can go through that long period of fasting. You know, Lord say my servant shall eat and all these different things, but the Lord have to try us. To see if he go make it out in the hardness, or if he can take the chip and sell out, you know. But be thou faithful until death. You have to fight until death for freedom, because we fighting for a crown. That crown of life, which is freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are very upper precept in GNT. GNT brings it out real flipping yappa. Revelation 2 and verse 10, it says, don't be afraid of anything you are about to suffer. Listen, the devil will put you to the testing by having some of you thrown into prison, and your troubles will last 10 days. Be faithful to me, even if it means death, and I will give you life as your prize of victory. So we have to be faithful until death. No matter what, we have to fight until we die, until, it's we last breath. I'll bring this one and then we'll close, because we have to fight until death. Yeah. Sirach 4 and verse 28, it says, strive for the truth until death and the Lord. Sirach 4 and verse 28. Very upper precept. Sirach 4 and 28. It says, strive for the truth until death and the Lord shall fight for thee. So we have to fight for this truth until death, and the Lord will fight for you. The Lord will give you a crown. So to what I was by the grace of the Lord, to what I was, So don't let no man take your crown, fight for your crown until death. Even if it means it's your time to die, fight for it until death. You know, so we hope this lesson was edifying to you, Lord's elect. Giving all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Rakakadash, and double honors to the apostles and healers of Great Millstone, and Shalom to all the brothers on the four corners of the earth, teaching us good gospel, all sincerity and all truth. And Shalom to Fiakwa that listen, silence and obedience as one. Shalom, this is brother Yeramia and the brother Yaikwab saying
Shalom.
Shalom to the elect, Shalom Labakariam, and that is wicked place, Shalom.